Before I start this video, I just wanted to say thank you for 500 submarines. It means so much to me that people actually subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do plan on posting more videos a lot more consistently, so if you would like to support me in a free way, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thank you. Hey, what's up guys, it's War Koopa, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over why I became an infantry main, why I choose to still be an infantry main, and why I think it might be beneficial for some of you guys to main a troop type for your account. Because I know right now everyone is currently saying to choose the best March for each troop type, and that might be the best advice at the end of the day, but it's not for everyone, and so this goes out for the people that this might fit your playstyle. So let's get right into it. So back when I first started, you had Charles Martel, Richard I, and Sun Tzu, and those three commanders were great, and if you were wanting to be a free-to-play player, then infantry was probably the way to go just because they were tankier and had more sustainability. And then for the next two KVKs, you have Alexander the Great, and then you have Constantine, which both of them for those two KVKs, they are also great. And then for Season of Conquest, back in the day, you had Guan Yu and Leonidas, and for their time, they were the best open field march. So that's what I was going for. And then, so I would do Guan Yu and Leonidas, and then I used Alexander the Great with Charles Martel, and that march always proved to just be horrible. It was never a good march. And so then once I got Guan Yu and Leonidas, I completely ran out of sculptures. So then I started to hoard again, and I skipped out on Pakal, I skipped out on Herald, and I skipped out on CJ. And I don't have any regrets for that. And it wasn't until Scipio Prime came out into the game that I started to take the game seriously. And I also won my only Zenith of Power skin for 15% infantry attack. I don't care. If you want, roast me in the comment section. So yeah, that's pretty much the rundown on why and how I became an infantry main. As to why I still choose to be an infantry main, it's because at this point, it took a long time, but at this point, infantry is now good. You have Liu Che, you have Gorgo, and you have Scipio. Sargon and Guan Yu are okay, but the other three commanders are good enough to carry, and then if you have them, this is a niche commander, but Pakal can do great things if you use him correctly. Not to mention, I am so ignorant, I am stuck on my ways, I don't want to change, I will never change. I am a simp for infantry, and that's how it's always going to be. That and my gear is already directed towards that, and in my head, you know, my account's just infantry. There's no way around it at this point. Now let's get into some reasons as to why some of you guys might want to main a specific troop type, even though it's completely advised against to right now. So the first reason is not all that important, but it's about quality of life and versatility. And what I mean by that is that your city skin is going to affect every march that you have. So it's going to pretty much affect everything that you do. The second thing is that your commanders, you can swap them around, use them for whatever you need to at the time, and just pretty much experiment with them and see what works with what. And then as far as your armaments and your gear go, you can just reuse the same thing or swap them in between different commanders, or just use it how you see fit. The second reason is that sculptures are pretty difficult to come by unless you're spending a lot or constantly like a whale, but for the rest of us mortals that's not the case. And so with maining infantry, it gives me enough time to hoard for the next infantry cycle, so I'll be holding on to sculptures and gems for the time that they get released, and my goal is to spin as many Wheel of Fortunes as possible before I start to use my universal sculptures. So for people that hoard, maining a troop type might be for you. And then the third and the last reason I have is that you can focus your crystal tech and research on just one troop type too. So that can save you a lot of money and efficiency. But yeah guys, I think that's the end of the video. Those were the reasons on how, or that was the story as to how I became an infantry main, why I still do it, and why some of you guys might want to main a certain troop type. But anyways, yeah, that's it for the video. Later. Shout out to Darth.